Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
The most amazing things that can happen to a human being will happen to you if you lower your expectations. Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. I am Clear TBT. That is Fuzzy Ace. And welcome to the 151st episode of the Weekly Pour podcast. If you're watching us live on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to stop in and say hi to the chat. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, or whatever it is Natalie tells you to do, because she's our moderator. She's not the best moderator in the world, but she'll do. Welcome. It is Tuesday, and no, it's not. It's Wednesday. I can't even keep track of my days.
Wednesday.
I have to send a text real quick. I want to see if I can do this.
Are you multitasking?
I am. Yes, Natalie, that's what I said.
You mentioned my fuzziness, but at least I'm consistent.
Well, this is true. If only the Viper was in so that he could see how fuzzy you were.
It'll straighten out.
Are you still using the AOL?
I hope. Yes.
The dial-up still?
Yes. I got a disc. Oh yeah, I got a discount.
Has Mrs. Ace picked up the phone to tell you to get off the internet? Is that what the problem is?
Exactly. That's what's going on. We can't run too many things at once.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I first got? Do you remember when I first got this setup through the fiber optic cable?
Yeah.
This is fiber optics right here. And you remember how clear it was, right? We were like celebrating. And then the last, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, we've either had fuzzy, we have flippy, we've had rotisserie ace. I mean, we've had issues.
Yeah.
And I've abandoned using the iPad because for some reason it does whatever the phone wants to do and flip me around.
Right.
I am now using a laptop, and I mean, it's okay. This is terrible. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You're lucky. I'm
out of
pull
solutions.
Up a picture of rotisserie ace, but I can't find it. Even Mrs.
Don't worry. I'm sure someone would.
Even Mrs. Ace said she turned off the Wi-Fi on her phone because that's going to make a huge difference for whatever you've got going. What have you done between getting your world-renowned fiber optic to now?
Nothing has changed.
You know what? Yes,
nothing
it has. I know what it is.
What's that?
You were doing some renovating there in that studio, and you were upstairs, and it was crystal clear.
Did I have the fiber optics then?
Yes.
I don't. Okay. We may have to go back to that.
Yeah. There's one thing I will say, though. With you being fuzzy like this, you look pale as a ghost, and man, do I look tan.
I can't tell. You're fuzzy on my end, too.
I'm watching the actual broadcast, and you're slightly fuzzy, but not like super fuzzy. Well, I say that, then you go super fuzzy, but I don't know.
Well, it seems like YouTube can kind of filter some of that stuff out better than we can. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know
It's
is that
frustrating.
for the last month, we've been complaining about the weather. And
We
what in
have.
the world? Hang on a second. What did the moderator just do?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm blind.
So I'm going to tell you what happened like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. The chat was going, and all of a sudden, Nat McFick has everything deleted, and she gets banned from
Right.
the chat or from the podcast because someone dropped their phone while doing the dishes or something like that.
Right on the block button.
All I'm going to say is that something just happened with Mrs. Ace. All of her comments were deleted, and I don't even know if she's still in the daggone in the chat. I don't even know if she's still watching. She may have just got banned.
What would she do that's objectionable? She was just making a comment.
Oh, this is our moderator. Sorry, the screen went crazy. I know it didn't.
I don't understand.
I see. This is why I say she's all right, and then we get stuff like this.
You know, I've got my issues. I've got fuzziness. I rotate on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
but I don't accidentally ban people.
True.
Like accidentally, you're banned. Now what?
I don't know. I'm trying to send a text. I did send it. It went through. Hasn't been read. I'm tired of my stuff not being read. I'm checking on something.
You know, I'm pulling up pages and they're just spinning. That's what I'm doing.
Oh goodness. Let me try to send this.
Now, how was your week so far?
So far, so good. It's Wednesday.
Good.
And that's what I was getting ready to say before this debacle happened in the chat. We've been complaining for a month that our weather has just been ridiculous. It's been, highs of like low 70s, maybe high 60s, 40s to 50s at night. And now,
can't get enough.
This weekend, you better get your sunscreen out because we're going to be back up into the 90s.
Right. We're back in the Indian summer. That's why I don't close my pool at the end of August. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'll want to jump in it next week. Well, this weekend, because it'll be hot as hell. We were just outside an hour ago. My granddaughter had a soccer game, and we were sitting in lawn chairs in the desert-like sun, blaring down on us, wondering what happened to the beautiful day we had yesterday. Yeah, it was hot. Of course, like I said, we were out in it, but
yeah,
I enjoyed the fall-like weather.
Not me. You probably like to go get pumpkin spice crap too.
Man, I love it.
I knew you would.
I can't. I love the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, but I can't afford it, and it's too much sugar.
I'm disappointed in you.
Why?
Because
I like the pumpkin spice Cheerios, pumpkin spice Twinkies. I love it. It's all good stuff.
This is ridiculous. It's like I'm
like
learning things about you that I should have known for years.
No, I the other day I used pumpkin spice creamer in my coffee.
If it wasn't the fact that we needed a moderator, I would just demote you to moderator. But then who the hell am I going to get to co-host this thing?
Co-host is gone.
Yeah. All due to
there's a former co-host.
Spice Ace.
There's a former co-host floating around.
Yeah, I don't think there is. Anyway, news has been ridiculous. This probably for the past month. End of summer, people getting off tours, blah blah blah. But I texted you earlier today, and I was like, man, there ain't nothing going on. I mean, there's a few things, and it seems like we're saying this every week. There's always something, and I don't want to just not do the podcast because we only get like 2 or 3 stories. We're still going to do it because how else is Natalie going to get paid? We're not going to pay her for
someone's got to do something.
Yeah, we're not going to pay her for just doing nothing. She's got to earn that pay. She's got to learn how to delete people and kill their messages and stuff like that. But we got some news. If I jump into it now, we're going to have to end the podcast early because we're going to be done talking about it.
It is pretty light.
There's a few good things that happened. The crazy thing is one of our sources I can't open in a certain browser because I get some kind of weird thing, but that's neither here nor there. If anybody has been paying attention,
are you talking about the dark web?
You don't worry about the dark web. Don't worry about that. So Tuesday, was it Tuesday? No, Saturday or Sunday. What day was the 7th? Sunday, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the 7th.
You say so.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, MTV, which I did not know this, or maybe I did know and I just didn't care, they still do Video Music Awards, the VMAs.
Yep, the VMAs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did not know that people were still making videos.
And it still gets a. They do. They're all on YouTube and everywhere else. They're just not on regular television.
Yeah.
You access things differently now, TBT.
I know this. My
we
internet's
don't have
clear.
the video channels like. Yeah, the VMAs, and it gets a lot of hype every year too. Yeah. They really pump it up. I don't know why they still call it the Video Music Awards.
They don't. They call it the VMAs.
They might want to rename it. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't even know why they call it MTV.
That's true.
But so one of the big things
that's true
is,
too.
They always have performers and performances by whatever artist, rock, metal, pop, jazz, contemporary folk, whatever it may be. Well, this just happened to be one of those nights where, of course, we have the tragedy and the death of Ozzy Osbourne, not too long ago. And on this recent episode of the 2025 VMAs, there was an all-star cast of musicians that came together to perform a tribute to Ozzy, much like what happened at his at the Back to the Beginning show. A lot of the same people. But this tribute featured Steven Tyler, with long hair, I will note, Joe Perry, Nuno Bettencourt, Yungblud, and longtime Ozzy keyboardist Adam Wakeman. So I don't know if you've seen this and actually watched it. It was very good. It was basically a almost like a redo of what they did with at Back to the Beginning. But it was awesome. Steven Tyler and his voice seemed to be there. Well, and I can't complain about it.
Well, this is a good thing they did at the VMAs because if you recall, I think they were the ones that did the terrible Eddie Van Halen tribute.
Yes.
If you remember, where they just had the spotlight on the guitar, the spotlight on the guitar kind of thing, and that was that.
Right.
They didn't do a whole lot. This was a real tribute So it was impressive. They came before it started. They had a nice little message from Jack Osbourne, if you recall, if you saw that.
Right.
And Jack talked about it. Ozzy talked about bringing new fans in, to rock and metal, whatever. And it was a nice little thing. And then they transitioned into the performance. And if you didn't see it, Yungblud, who now is the go-to guy for rock because of this whole back to the beginning thing,
right,
is in the crowd and starts the Ozzy laugh from the beginning of Crazy Train. And so they go into Crazy Train with Nuno and the band you listed.
Yeah.
And that was really good. What I'll say too is that that performance with Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, and all that. That was the only live performance at the VMAs,
right?
Because everything else was taped, lip synced, all that good stuff. But this was truly live, truly and well done. They played Crazy Train. They went into Changes, which I'm convinced Yungblud is going to turn into a top 40 hit.
Yeah, and this was a shortened
before it's
version
over.
of Changes, right?
Right. That's a Sabbath song that came out in the 70s and was an afterthought, because they're a metal band, right? They're not a ballad band.
Right.
But it always was always a good song. And then they transitioned into Mama, I'm Coming Home. That's when Steven Tyler comes out with Joe Perry and they all sing that song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, once they were done, of course, there was another video of Ozzy that was played, and he says, "Thank you, good night, we love you all, God bless you." So that was kind of like another little extra little tribute to Ozzy. So it was good. I was impressed with it. And the reason I said something about Steven Tyler with long hair is because there's this picture going around that says, "Oh my gosh, Steven Tyler got a haircut." I don't have it, or I'd post it, but apparently he did not.
Well,
it's not a wig.
Where are you getting your news? Where are you getting your news?
I'm getting my news from the fact that it was live on MTV and he had long hair.
I believe what I read was that he got a haircut, and I sent you the photo. It looked good. He looked like someone's school teacher, but it looked good.
Yeah, it was AI.
I read that he didn't like the haircut, and then now he's coming out with long hair. So that's why I asked you: is this fake news or a wig or
it's fake news
or what?
It's fake news. It was AI generated.
Yeah, and that's the thing about AI. You've got to really watch it. You've got to really watch it.
Yeah.
Because they'll trick you into anything. What was the thing? Was it a week ago? We're talking about Tico Torres retiring.
Yeah.
And that was a bunch of AI generated fake news.
Right.
So, because if Tyler looked like Tyler, that's what I like about him too, is that when he comes out and performs, like it looks like nothing has ever changed with him, no matter how old he is. Like, obviously he's older, but the way he stands, the way he holds the mic, the way he, just opens his mouth and screams at times, it just never changes. And I love that about him. Same with Joe Perry, standing there just stoic, playing his guitar.
Yeah. He didn't do much.
Yeah. No, but, what was cool too is that it's almost like a passing of the torch, depending on how good Yungblud does with all this momentum he's getting, because he's up there on stage with an icon, and they're doing tribute to an icon in Ozzy Osbourne. So he's got to be pinching himself on that one.
Right. Yeah. Who did I see? Who's their bass player? Tom Hamilton?
Right.
Have you seen any of the videos out of him recently?
No.
Don't. He's showing his age.
Why? You mean, what do you mean?
What I said. He's showing his age.
Okay. So he's looking old.
Yeah. I think that's the best
Well,
way
you
to
know
put
what? He is old.
it. How old is he? I got to look that up now.
They're all got to be in their 70s.
How
That whole
old
band.
is Tom Hamilton? Now I got to put from Aerosmith.
Not from LinkedIn.
Good grief. Yeah, exactly. He's 73.
Yeah.
I'm not going to post that. I'm not even going to bring it up for you to see. You can Google that yourself.
Is it that bad?
Well, I don't know if I would say it's that bad, but he's just older. We all get older. It's part of life, but I just noticed it.
Well, well, and that's the thing about I kind of what I'm talking about with Steven Tyler is that when he's up there performing, and the hair, wig or not, is there, and he's got the trappings of being Steven Tyler, the way he dresses and holds the mic and all that. He doesn't look 70 whatever. He doesn't. He looks like a rocker and almost ageless. It's really cool. Even with Yungblud, who's only like 27 years old, standing next to him,
right?
He still looked great. I mean, Yungblud looks like an emo vampire model, but whatever. But
yeah, I hear he's going to be in the next remake of Twilight.
He is. He's one of the stars. But what's cool though is he's getting exposure, Yungblud, and it's a rock act on a major stage, and not just on the MTV network, because MTV showed this over all their networks, because I believe they're owned under one company with Paramount and several other platforms. So all those platforms ran the VMAs to get as much eyes as they could on it. So good for him, good for rock. The whole tribute was great.
It was one of the. I went through the list of winners from the VMAs.
Oh, cool!
And the only rock type thing was rock video.
As far as categories,
yeah.
Really,
there's Latin Icon, which went to Ricky Martin.
Okay.
The top album was Sabrina Carpenter.
No surprise there.
Best cinematography in a video went to Kendrick Lamar for his song "Not Like Us." Best art direction was Lady Gaga with Abracadabra. She won a couple at least. The Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award went to Mariah Carey. She's thawing out, by the way.
What does that even mean? What's a Video Vanguard?
I don't know. My favorite though was best rock video. With their song, I don't even know what it's called. With their song "All My Love," that honor went to Coldplay.
What? What did you say?
Yeah, you heard me.
The band that causes divorces?
Correct.
Wins a rock video award when they don't really ever play rock?
That is correct.
Wow.
That is correct.
I bet there were a lot of bands in the rock world that put out videos that would qualify. I bet there was a bunch. Who was nominated? Does it say?
That's what I'm looking up right now. Yes, the nominees for the MTV Video Music Awards for Best Rock: All My Love, Coldplay; Honey from Lenny Kravitz; The Emptiness Machine, Linkin Park; One-Eyed Bastard
that's a
from
good one.
Green Day, Afterlife
Rock
from
out.
Evanescence, and The
Okay.
Contract from 21 Pilots.
No, not a rock act.
Which of those are a rock act? I would have given it to Evanescence back in the day when they were more rockish. I have not heard this Afterlife song. I don't know if it's rockish, but
it's good. What about Linkin Park? You've heard that. That's a killer track. The Emptiest Machine. It's a
sure,
killer track.
sure.
And
Obviously not
it's more
better
rock
than
than Coldplay.
No, it's not.
It's more rock than Coldplay, that's for sure.
If it was, they would have won. So therefore it was not.
You know, go ahead.
No, that was it. I mean, it was, if it was, yeah.
So I mentioned the Ozzy tribute being the only live performance, truly live performance. And I was talking with my daughter today about, she's a big Sabrina Carpenter fan, and which is fine. And I mentioned the VMAs and how everyone is lip syncing. And she got mad at me for accusing Sabrina Carpenter of lip syncing.
Dare you?
When part of her shtick was like, you know, she's not even near a microphone and her vocals coming out. I mean, you know, during the performance the other night, and I don't know why she got mad, because obviously everyone's okay with it because her concerts sell out like worldwide. So why are you getting mad at me and punching me?
A lot of performances on MTV have been lip sync, even in the past. You know, I think most rock acts were pretty much live, but anymore it's cheaper to just lip sync your song than it is to actually do a live performance. So,
well, you know, the only, and this goes way back, but the only truly live performances on any TV show, like consistently, was I think Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Right.
Back that far back.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you recall, even stuff on American Bandstand was a lip sync type performance. A lot of it you could tell. It was just easier to get the band exposure, play it the way it is. Well, you know, do it that way. And no one ever said a word.
Yeah.
No one ever said a word. That's, now you got me going on a hypocrisy train, because Milli Vanilli does it, and it's a big deal. You know, it's a big deal because it's a live concert performance.
Right.
But you can go on American Bandstand and fake it, and it's okay. You can go on, you know, Hee Haw for even back in the day and fake it. Nobody was live on Hee Haw.
They were all live on Hee Haw.
Oh, watch an old Hee Haw clip and show me where the band is.
How about you watch every time they're in the cornfield singing, "Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why'd you leave me home all alone?" That's live.
Why does it sound the same every time?
Because it's the same people singing it. We're going to argue about that, you daggone pumpkin spice lover.
I'm picking.
Oh,
I'm just picking. You're grinning.
I'm just grinning. If you're looking forward to a 2026 tour, stop the presses, because we've got one for you. You go ahead and dust off your denim and your leather, because Twisted Sister is back, bigger, louder, and more unapologetic than ever. The band, of course, that gave us "We're Not Gonna Take It" and "I Wanna Rock" has confirmed that they will storm stages worldwide in 2026 as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Now, don't get excited. I mean, don't get too excited if you think you're going to have all the people that you know from Twisted Sister, because that's not exactly what's going to happen. So, tour dates, those are all still under wraps. But go ahead and start saving your money now, because you know it's going to be expensive. JJ French couldn't contain his excitement about reaching a milestone that once seemed impossible. where he said basically that 50 years on, Twisted Sister is still the soundtrack for every rebel with a reason and a reason to turn it up. And now they're going on this big tour. One big thing is that irreconcilable differences are the reason that Mark Mendoza will not be involved in the Twisted Sister reunion. That was actually with Dee Snider on Eddie Trunk today, earlier today, where Dee was speaking about the decision to reunite next year, and he says it's really just a milestone thing. This is Dee Snider. I turned 70 years old in March, and milestones are what they are, but at the same time, they're reflection times for people. And me reflecting, I realized, wow, next year is 50 years since he joined Twisted Sister, since it, became the band. A little farther
Right.
on, he talks about the issues with Mark Mendoza. He will not be playing bass for the tour. Instead, they're going to feature Russell Bzuto on bass, who has played with Twisted Sister in the past and has also been part of the touring bands for Dee Snider's solo projects. So, and the only thing that was added about that was Dee said, I can only say irreconcilable differences, and he left it at that. So he's not going to get into the weeds, blah, blah, blah. But that's it.
Right. Right. Probably no point in just airing personal laundry, in public. But this is something I thought wouldn't happen. Never say never, but I thought it wouldn't happen because Dee Snider was so adamant about not touring and not doing Twisted Sister. I mean, he's done pop-up shows solo-wise for a while, but little performances here and there. But he's indicated for a long time now that he was not going to do this again. And here we are. Here we are doing this again.
Yeah.
Which is great. And again, never say never.
Gee, I wonder who they could go on tour with.
Well, there's a plethora.
I mean, I'd go see
who would fit the bill?
Poison. But I think Poison would need to be the headliner.
You think they fit?
Yes.
I don't.
They can share makeup.
A little bit of an odd pairing, don't you think?
They can share makeup and hairspray.
And I don't think Dee is doing this so he can open for someone.
No, he's totally not at all.
Co-headline, co-headline maybe.
Sure. Playing drums on this reunion tour will be Joe Franco. He briefly played for Twisted Sister back in the mid 80s and actually played on the 87 album Love Is for Suckers. Mike Portnoy, of course, who took over for longtime drummer AJ Pero after he died, is busy, touring with Dream Theater and can't participate in the upcoming stuff. So they went with Joe, and which is pretty cool. I mean, how's that for a reunion? Now you're getting someone who played with them back in the 80s, and that's what Twisted Sister was known for. So it'd still be a good one.
Yeah, and at least he was on a record.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This would be a great show.
Yeah.
From what we've heard, Dee still can bring it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His voice is still there. Now, concert level, we'll see. But, yeah, he still can perform.
Yeah. It'll be good to see
it'd be worth a ticket.
Yeah, it'll be good to see who they end up touring with. If it's what kind of a tour it's going to be. Is this going to be mid-grade? Because I don't see them doing stadium. I don't think they could pull off a stadium tour, even if it is the 50th anniversary. They could pull off some outdoor venues like Ruoff, Deer Creek, whatever you want to call it. So we may have to go and check that one out. But as I said a while ago, no dates have been released. I'm sure that'll be forthcoming because all the tours right now are ending or getting close to ending so they can start building up for the 2026 cycles. So we'll keep an eye on that and let everybody know what's going on with that. Now, another band who just recently made their return to late night television in over 15 years is one of our all-time favorite bands, Spinal Tap. Just 2 days ago, back on Monday, they appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, where they actually sat and talked to Jimmy, talking about their upcoming sequel, Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. Their songwriting process, hearing their music on the radio for the first time, and even their dream of knighthood. They've also in this whole thing, they teased cameos from Elton John, Paul McCartney, Garth Brooks, and Trisha Yearwood on this new album. So I don't know. The Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues actually hits theaters this Friday. So it'll be interesting to see.
They didn't perform?
They did perform.
Okay.
They performed their classic track Big Bottom, and that is available online on the YouTubes if you want to check it out. I have not. I just haven't had time in my busy day, my busy week, to watch it yet. But I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
Right. I hadn't seen it either. I saw the story, but I hadn't seen the performance. I hope the documentary does well. I love the original Spinal Tap, so I hope the sequel does well. Hopefully there's enough people still around that want to see it. I mean, it's been a long time.
I personally don't think
are they well, they can't be all original members.
I don't know if they've been plugging this enough, for this to like be a big thing.
I don't think they have either.
I have literally heard about it from
I agree. I don't think they've been plugging it nearly enough.
Yeah.
We talked about it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's about it. And then this appearance on Kimmel.
Yeah. And I didn't even see a commercial that said, "Hey, tonight on Kimmel, Spinal Tap."
No, they were just there.
I might have recorded it. I might have set my VHS to record it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you like hugs?
Well, like I said, I hope it does well. Do I like hugs?
Yeah, do you like hugs?
Yeah, what kind?
Man hugs.
I don't know. Are you wanting to hug me?
No, the reason I'm asking, because I figured you did, since you also enjoy a pumpkin spice latte. But apparently, if you go to a Sebastian Bach concert, do not approach him when he's talking to his wife and ask him for a hug. Because Sebastian Bach will tell you himself he is not a monkey, and you can get your ugly ass the heck out of here.
What's the monkey got to do with it?
I don't make monkey business. I don't know. These are the words that Sebastian Bach had for a fan that he ejected from a concert in Las Vegas just this past Friday, where he guested with the rock and roll cover band forming by late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. Footage of the incident circulated all over social media over the weekend, and I'm going to edit this so that we don't have to click certain buttons when we upload this. But Sebastian Bach says, "This effing bitch, get her the F out of here." He says this in the video. "She comes up while I'm talking to my wife and says, 'Hey, can Sebastian give me a hug?' His response, 'I'm not an effing monkey. Get your effing ugly ass the F out of here. Get her the F out of here.'" So, why? This is a fan. This is somebody who's like, I really want to get back with
Was
Skid
that?
Row.
Yeah.
This is not the attitude that's going to
Was that
get
an
you back with your
overreaction?
bandmates.
Right. He did this a couple of weeks ago. Had a tirade on stage a little bit, and now this fan. I mean, obviously he does not have to hug anyone,
True.
but they're asking for a hug, and that's maybe seems silly, but it's also innocent enough. I think. I think he overreacted a little bit.
Did he though?
You don't think so?
Well, there's also an eyewitness that suggested that the woman who faced the wrath of Sebastian Bach had egged him on before he cursed her out. Allegedly, she antagonized him while he was singing on stage and was recording him and flipping him off during his song. So maybe it was a little bit, it could have been the same lady that took the baseball from the kid, wherever that was. I think it was the same.
Oh my God. Did you see that?
Yeah, obviously, I just talked
That
about
was terrible.
Yeah.
But that's terrible. No, that's the funny thing is that now they're being silly about it. If this is the case, they're egging him on or, flipping him off, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they want to go back, hey, and be silly about it and give me a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see why he would have a reaction, like that. If that's the case and that's who this person is.
Well, the funny thing is, this isn't Sebastian Bach's first run-in with on-stage altercations, and she's lucky that the 1989 Sebastian Bach wasn't on stage because he would have thrown a bottle back at her, hit her in the head, and then jumped in the crowd to fight her.
Right, right. But again, this is a couple of things, so I think these are the things that when we talk about reuniting with Skid Row, that's why there's hesitation. Right or wrong, that's why there's hesitation.
Right.
Is he justified in running this person off because they're being an idiot? Probably. But
if I'm on stage, I don't want somebody holding up their phone, putting it in selfie mode and, having me in the background while they're sitting there flipping me off. Yeah, no thanks. And I'd probably say get out too. Got no need for
it. Why are you buying a ticket when you're doing that stuff?
Even if this was after the fact, even if this was after he was like, I am in the middle of talking to my wife, I'm not giving you a hug. And maybe she's ticked off because, the rock star turned her down, wouldn't give her a hug. I just wanted a hug. Well, maybe he's not a hugger.
Right.
Maybe he's not like Bailey and just isn't a hugger.
Right.
So.
Well, and again, you can't expect someone who doesn't know you to come up and, oh yeah, well, I'll give you a hug. I'm a accommodating rock star.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to be that way. Handshakes sometimes are as far as we need to go. Sometimes we don't need to hug everyone.
No. Little fist bump.
And obviously Sebastian is not a hugger.
Apparently not. So whatever. Don't try to hug Sebastian. That's the thing. Just don't try to hug Sebastian and you'll be fine. Okay. Nat McFook says, I guarantee if she was sexy, he would have given her a hug. Maybe. But he has a right, just like we all do. We have a right to say who we're going to hug.
Well, first of all, I haven't seen a picture of this person.
Yeah, me neither.
And second of all, didn't you just say he was with his wife?
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know that even if it's Sebastian Bach, he would blatantly hug a sexy fan right in front of her.
Especially someone that he doesn't know.
And especially after, if you remember, how many months back where we had this turmoil over a weekend where he's pulling down posts off the internet that he posted about some personal event that happened between him and his wife.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little more protective now, and maybe thinks a little more closely now about those things.
Exactly. So can we fault Sebastian for kicking her out? Probably not. You know what? His concert. He already got her money for the ticket.
Yeah,
He already got
right. And was this before or after the performance?
I think the hug part was before. And then it was during the performance where he was just like, you know what, get out. So
okay. Like I got you now.
Yeah, so she could have been just ticked off because she didn't get to hug Sebastian Bach. And now I'm gonna flip him off because he's singing a song and it's like, yeah, whoa, you suck. And he's like,
Okay,
yeah.
So now your fandom only goes so far.
Correct.
I mean, not again. I've asked people to come and take a picture with me, and they said no. And you know what? I still went to the concert and enjoyed it, and it didn't make me mad.
How dare you?
They don't have to come over and take a picture with me.
What do you mean? You paid for the ticket.
It's their prerogative to or not to, and I was fine with it. It's called being an adult, and they weren't mean about it. They just said no and moved on.
We can be adults?
Well, I would think so, yes.
That's weird. Our final story this evening I found kind of humorous, and hopefully you can take a joke, or at least enjoy the punchline. Did you ever think that you would see the words stand-up comedy and Reb Beach in the same headline?
No,
Me
I saw
neither.
this and I want, what the heck? I need to know more.
Okay, so this one of a kind event, where bona fide rock stars bring the jokes, will take place at the Steel Horse Lounge in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, Thursday, September 25th, 2025. The show is headlined by Don Jameson from That Metal Show, and the Monsters of Rock cruise, and he's been on HBO, and features some other people and a special comedy set from Reb Beach of Winger and, of course, Whitesnake. Yeah, that's the Reb Beach we're talking about. And I did not know this, but Reb Beach is no stranger to telling jokes after he reportedly had 2 killer performances on the Monsters of Rock cruise and a string of warm-up shows. So Reb is allegedly, supposedly, ready to rock in Nashville with his infamous backstage stories and humor. This is supposed to be a can't-miss event for fans of loud music, hard laughs, and legendary backstage tales.
That would be good.
It would.
Humorous backstage tales told by someone that was there and done right. That would be great.
So let me quote some things. This was a statement that Reb said during an interview with iHeart Guitar that was done earlier this year. There's humor in it. He goes, I do like a comedy routine and tell stories about my family that are very funny, and they're much funnier than the Winger stuff. Winger, we didn't really get into trouble, which is one of the reasons why we didn't make it as big as Guns N' Roses and all those other bands, because we weren't bad boys at all. We never trashed our hotel room. We never really got into trouble. We were all just 4 really good-looking studio musicians who just doesn't sell. So it's all about the music for them. And he says, in hindsight, we probably would have sold more if we had just worn jeans and a t-shirt, because we came out in '89 when the '80s were almost over and we were still doing the poofed up hair. He goes on to say, I mean, everyone had the poofed up hair and the spandex and the whole thing. I had a waiter's jacket on in the 17 video. Like, may I take your order, sir? I'm going to have to watch that video again.
I'm sure it looked great.
Yeah. I don't remember that. But then again, I wasn't looking at, what he was trying. That's a song that could absolutely not come out today.
Oh, I know. You couldn't do that today.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them.
Whole bunch.
Christine 16.
I Love Rock and Roll from Joan Jett.
I mean,
maybe. He's 17 leaning up against the jukebox and
but she doesn't say she's 45.
Okay. Whatever. So if you want to go see Reb Beach perform comedy, then absolutely go to Nashville. Again, that's September 25th at the what did I say it was at? Steel Horse Lounge, which is on the 4th floor of JBJ's.
Yeah, that would be good.
It would.
And again, they weren't the only ones in 1989 still doing that 80s stuff with the big hair and the outfits and all that. They weren't the only ones. They could have signaled a change and not done it, but everyone was doing it. And I guarantee you the record company pushed them to do as glammy as glam can be.
I guarantee it.
Look at here's a band that would never fall into that category as a glam band, and I love them, Tesla. And Tesla is as dressed down as it gets, with t-shirts, jeans, that sort of thing. But look at the first video they put out with Modern Day Cowboy, and Jeff Keith has got like eyeshadow on, and maybe glitter on his face. I think that wasn't them. But someone said, "Hey, everyone's doing it. Here you go."
Why not? And maybe that was why I wasn't a big fan of Tesla. I don't know. I want you to know
Tesla's great.
I want you to know that it has only taken 52 minutes for you to totally clear up.
Let me tell you what happened.
You've got this figured out already.
I shut off my computer.
That is.
We were done. No more stories, right? So I click it off. I close the computer and look here.
I have 4 more stories.
That's fine. We'll wing it.
Like Winger. So that was comedy.
Exactly. So next week I'm going to have to move and see if that helps. I hate it. I love it down here, but it's ridiculous. It really is.
Or maybe
I'm paying. I am paying money for clear, clean internet. And look, you did something again. You did it again.
I didn't do nothing. You're clear as a bell.
You got a secret little button over there that you push. It's marked Fuzzy Ace, and you hit it. You've probably got a dial on it, so you can like go 5 to 6 to 7. Depending on how funny you think you are.
So all I need to do is just have Natalie create me a Fuzzy Ace button that will sit at the bottom of your little screen right there.
Yep.
And every time that you start getting fuzzy, I will pull it out.
Yeah, you just dial it back.
Yeah. I think it's funny. That's all we've got for this week. We're going to give you 6 or 7 minutes back of your life. We will be back next Wednesday for episode 152. And in closing, we all know what happened today, but stop the hate. Be nice to each other. Enjoy, because it's stuff like that doesn't allow us to enjoy stuff like this. Doing a podcast, just talking to people. There is way too short of life to not have fun and enjoy yourselves. So that's me on my soapbox. That's Ace on his soapbox. Just be nice. Enjoy people.
It's not that hard.
No.
It's not that hard.
It's not. And on top of it, just keep rocking on. You got to throw up your horns.